Hey, what's up, guys? It's Gabe, and I'm here interviewing the small man himself, Mr. Benjamin Smallen. He just got top 8 at the Rocky Mountain Collectibles Dawn of Majesty charity case tournament. And what deck did you play that got you top 8?
I played Diabetes.deck Madolche.
Very cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into his deck profile real quick. So, anything you wanted to say about the tourney before we did?
Yeah, just wanted to give a couple of shout outs. Shout outs to Gabe behind the camera for playtesting with me, dealing with all my crazy Madolche ideas and stuff. And everyone else at RMC that's been playtesting with me, giving me advice. Just a lot of time I've spent in this deck in the last month or two. So, especially everyone that's been doing remote duels. I've got a lot of remote duel testing, not just people locally, but just from wherever. So it's been really good. So yeah, and shout out to Ellis for putting on this event. It's really awesome today. So
Ellis sucks. Don't give me a shout out. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Ellis. Ellis is awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get into the profile.
All right, sweet. So we'll start with our Madolche names. So pretty standard. We played the 3 Madolche, the 3 Petting, 3 Angeli, 2 Hookake, 2 Lotto, and then the 1 Pudding. These ratios are all pretty standard for basically any list you're going to see now. I've seen some lists try to just drop this out of the deck entirely. But to be quite honest, this card helps push for OTK a lot of time, especially if you get a glass to stick on board on the second turn. Just being able to do that to push your plays, or if you have hand knowledge and you know they don't have the nib, just comboing with this, it just enables OTK like every time. It's super, super crazy. So
Very cool.
yeah. And then this is where we kind of run the spice. So a lot of Madolche lists don't play a lot of hand traps. This format, you have to play hand traps. So we up the list on hand traps quite a bit.
Even Russell's trap.deck plays hand traps. Bro.
Right,
Can't
exactly.
lose to Goon.
You just have to right now. So literally the MVP. He didn't put in as much work today as I thought he would, but he's been crazy in me and testing and just in previous turns with Dimension Shifter. You will never change your mind. This is the best deck for Dimension Shifter, even better than Grand Maju. Just being able to loop this card for multiple turns, it's literally an FTK sometimes. It's nuts.
For sure.
And then you have the 3 Gammas and the driver. Last charity event, I was playing Ashes instead of these, and in testing, I was kind of 50-50 on this, but today it performed like crazy. There's just so much bait you have in this deck to get this card out, and there's a lot of decks that just play through the negate and the destruction.
Was it enabled a lot today?
Oh yeah, definitely. There was, well, a lot of the times it was enabled because, especially game 1s, my opponents wouldn't know I was on. So if I banish six off Prosperity or normal Angeli and they don't know the follow plays after that, they just don't have any idea and they fall into this not knowing I play the card. So
Very cool.
yeah. And then 3 Nibirus. This card was 50-50 today. I did run a lot of control matchups, but to be honest, in testing this card's really good. And even against the tri matchup and stuff, you with your other hand traps, you put them into weird positions where they have to summon more than 5 times. So this is the perfect card. And this card just has crazy synergy with Glass Flare. So I would highly recommend anyone that plays this deck to main it. I was a non-believer in the card for a very long time, but definitely would recommend, especially this format, especially with Prankets running around.
Oh yeah. You didn't play any Prankets today, right?
No Prankets
Okay.
today, yeah. No Prankets today, yeah. But yeah, it would have been crazy in the matchup. And then Phantasme, because literally going second, this card, not only does it draw you in all your high impact hand traps, it can draw you into starters for the follow-up turn. And if it sticks on field for your next turn, if you're going second, this is just good to protect all your starters. Protects the Petting Cess, protects the Angeli, not the Angeli, but the Hookake, Magdalene, protects all those cards. So this has a lot of really cool synergy, and it does go to graveyard. So it's really cool. And then the last hand trap we play is a 3 Imperms. This card just overperformed today. This card's absolutely insane. You just say no to literally every rogue deck. It's really good against tri-brigade. It's just an overall really great card. So that's it for the hand traps. We'll go to spells. 3 Salon. If you're playing less than this in Madolche, I don't know what to tell you. You're crazy. You have to play 3 of this to play through hand traps. Because anyone that plays Madolche knows the deck can just hard lose to 1 hand trap. So just playing through this to play through and just bait their hand trap on your first normal is just amazing. And setting Promenade's also just nice. 1 Ticket, 1 Chateau. You don't need to play more than this. You really don't want to see this in hand. You'd rather be searching this. Same with this card. You don't really complain if you're in hand if you're going full combo regardless, but you would rather these be hand traps. It's literally the best Madolche support card they ever printed. Prosperity. You literally banish 6 every time with this card. You just don't even care. Unless you're resolving for the second time, that might be different, but it just baits every single hand trap, digs you for starters, digs you for high impact side deck cards. It's just insane, this deck. And then we play one Call Bite and then one Instant Fusion. I haven't seen a lot of people playing this card in the deck, but the way I do my first turn strategies is I don't really play in the nib like a lot of these builds do. I go very conservative and try to get Glass out before my 5th summon, and just try to end on her and Salon, or her Salon and Promenade with hand traps. So this just enables you to play through an additional hand trap, and then Millennium just goes to grave. You don't really care to not get the late grave though. Just being able to go 1-for-1 is good enough. And then for traps, we go strikes. A lot of people aren't playing this build. I don't know why. Past first turn, it's crazy if you don't end up having to use it, especially with all the high impact hand traps, because you can just play through their hand traps with this. So it enables a lot, and it's the best trap card right now. And then even better than that, Promenade. Nobody reads this card. It's hilarious. They all think it negates monsters, and they'll negate any card on their field. It gets you card advantage. If you're using this, if you're out of Salon, you just get a replacement for it instead. Like, this is easily the best card in the deck by far, man.
Alright, on to the extra deck.
Yeah, the extra deck.
You were gonna just shit
So, we play the Waifu 2 Tiramisu. This card,
damn, that's the ulti.
Yeah, they're on limbs though. No, yeah, they nasty. They nasty though. If you've got those first sets, hit me up. This card's just insane. Like, and it's the whole reason we keep the playing system here too. You can go for like double this and just push for OTK, and it just wipes their whole board. It's disgusting. I like. You can't convince me this is literally the best Xyz monster ever printed.
I don't know. Zeus is pretty good.
I don't know, man. Shuffling 2 non-targets is kind of nasty.
Zeus is pretty good.
3 Glass Souffle. This card, like, it's just more consistent than Tiramisu, obviously, but like, it's just your wall. The whole idea you want to build this deck is a lot of people just want to combo off and gain card advantage, but if like this deck with the shuffle effect, they don't read it and realize from your play's great, and it's non-targeting. It just has such a good matchup in the meta right now, and you can just build a wall with this and then push for OTK on the next turn. So you have to play 3. It comes up a lot to get the 3rd one. And then we play 2 Ala mode. You don't need a 3rd. I've seen a lot of us play 3 of this card. If you're playing extra, I mean, go for it. But to be honest, like, you usually only ever summon 1 of these, and the one you're summoning, you're either doing it to make Zeus, push for game, or you're just using it for putting sense combo, which only one of the 3 of those really comes up all that often. And then, yeah, you play the 1 Zeus, which, again, I don't know why lists don't play this. This card's just free 4 materials in this deck if they stop you with hand traps.
You're trying to get me on these.
And then for the links, play the 1 Sister. You don't need more than 1. 1 Phoenix, 1 Osla to add the Contact C, Unicorn, Access Code. This didn't come up today. It's come up a little bit in testing, but to be honest, like, it could really be anything you want to. Like, this could be extra copies of Tiramisu in Ala mode. I just like this package because this will come up in the added inster matchup if you want to go for this, and then copy one of these to run over their big guy, because they usually only go for 4K if they know the matchup. So. And then for the last 2 cards, you play the Millennium Eyes and then the Omega. This didn't come up today, but in testing, this card's just so stupid. If you bait their hand trap with Angeli and then rip another one out of their hand, I mean, if you go full combo with that, that's literally like an FTK. It's nuts.
Alright, let's see the side deck.
Side deck. 3 Contact Cs. I didn't cite it all that much today, but to be honest, every time I cited it, I put in a lot of work. I would definitely recommend any Madolche deck that can play this card, should play this card on the side. It's just got a lot of high impact add matchups. You just have to know when to drop it on them.
Oh, yeah.
1 Pank. This card won me multiple games going second today. This card is so nasty.
The man himself.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. And then it's actually cool. There's a card later in the side deck too that this actually synergizes with really well. So it doesn't really interfere with your play as well. But yeah, this just baits all their interruption, which is exactly what you want on Madolche. And then we play 2 Lightnings. And then 3 Twins. I was kind of 50-50 on playing this much back row removal to begin with, but like after theorying, every time I would cut one or the other, I'd miss the other, so we decided to play both. And like this is just nice to out Apple loose or whatever else they have. Like in a PK matchup I had earlier today, like I literally opened with like this Lightning Storm and Imperm and just was able to crack their entire board. It was just insane. So yeah, definitely would recommend playing Lightning right now. It's way too versatile. DDG, the God. I don't know if you guys seen the other deck profiles, but man, this card, nobody plays around it, and they'll blind into this with back row destruction and use chain, and then just cry themselves to sleep. Like this card will just hard skip their turn. The only thing, it did come up a couple times today. It didn't end up making me lose any games, but the one weird synergy this card has is like, so let's say you flip this and chain to their guy. and they try to attack over one of your Madolche monsters on field, you won't trigger the shuffle back effect, it still won't hit graveyard. So that sometimes gets a little awkward, but as long as you're smart with your plays, it usually doesn't hurt you all that bad. And then the last card we played was 3 goes in the match. Holy shit. I was 50-50 on playing this card, but no, this card's never leaving the deck. I don't think I'd put it in main, but when you know you're going first in the games 2 and 3, or just has like a super strong matchup, like it's just crazy. Like, I played Striker round 2 with this, and literally I already won first game, and then going game 2, it was a going second build. So then I decided these in, and I activated on draw phase. This is GG. There's literally nothing he can do. And then Russell's list, who got top 8 as well, came up against his list as well, and just chained it to multi-faker effect, and that was clutch for me. Like, this card is just it's a problem. People have to answer to it, and if they don't, they're probably gonna lose if it's a tough matchup for them to get around this card. So.
Well, very good, man. You did it. You got top 8 with
I know.
Madolche.
Can't call me Bubble Boy anymore, man.
He's not
We
Bubble
got
Boy
it.
for sure, representing the local RMC shop here. Fun times. Yeah, that's about it. So thanks for the deck profile, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
All right, see you guys.